All right, so this particular chapter has been known as the bane of many coaches' existence, and that's how do I deal with parents, right? Because you've got, whether it's an event or you've got training or you've got a bunch of different needs kind of wrapped up into one program. And some parents, you never hear from them. They just pay their fees, drop their kids off, and you never really know if you're doing a good job or a bad job. And you have other parents, and they want to know what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it. They got an opinion about everything. And what I've noticed a lot, especially amongst young coaches, is they fear that particular exchange with a parent, or they actually begin to detest parents. And I've seen people pay a lot of money to be a part of programs and then be told by the coaches that we don't talk to you guys. So essentially what you're telling people when you operate that way is, give me your hard-earned money, give me your most prized possession, but I don't want to talk to you unless it's something good. So it's a really one-sided relationship. It's only set up for volatility. It's only set up for drama. It's only set up for problems that you can really try to avoid as you're moving forward. My experience has taught me that parents just want to be informed. They want to be empowered. So put yourself in their position. They're bringing their child to you for something that they can't physically do or want to do, but yet they're very much so attached to the experience. They're also financially funding the experience in most cases. And they just want information. They want to know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and how often you're going to do it, and what's it going to cost. And a lot of us, because we're working in the business and not on the business, right? And hopefully we understand what the difference is, right? So if we're constantly at the facility or constantly at the event, we're not dealing with what's going on inside the business. And some of that is your relationship with your customers. And one thing you'll find is it's a lot easier, much more profitable, much more pleasant to keep the customers that you have than lose a customer and try to replace it. It's much more expensive for you as the program director to do that. So this particular chapter will help you understand some things that I've found that work and work over the course of time when dealing with parents. So let's talk about the first one. First thing we got to understand is parents are customers, right? I mean, so many of us focus our energy on, man, the kids are going to have this experience, or these young adults are going to have. There's a customer relationship and there's a client relationship. Now, in some businesses, the customer is also the client. But in the world of youth and amateur sports, it's not. You've got the customer, who's the parent, who's paying. Then you've got the client, who's the kid or the person that's going through the particular program. So we have to understand first and foremost that without your customers, you have no business. You have nothing to talk about. So you've got to understand that they are everything. They're the reason that I've been able to do what I've been able to do and live in the world of amateur sports for 13 years. It's been because of parents. So you want to look at them as an ally and a supporter of your dream, which is why you're here, which is why you bought this online course, which is why you're involved in coaching in the first place, is you have a dream, you have a vision. So without that relationship and without that support from that particular parent, you're not going to be able to move your vision forward, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is they want succinct information, okay? What does that mean? They want to know where something is, they want to know when something is, they want to know how much it's going to cost, and why we're doing whatever it is you're doing, whether it's charging them, whether it's upselling them, what your goals are. Communication is everything with parents. So again, put your parent hat on for a second, and maybe you are a parent. You know what it's like. You've got your full-time job, you've got maybe some other kids, you've got a full plate of activities at home. You don't remember what time practice was, you don't remember where it was, you don't remember this fee, you don't remember this or that. We have to understand that as coaches, and the best thing we can do is get them information in a succinct manner where it's like, boom, they can look in one place or talk to one person and get those items of information relate to them quickly so they can move on with the rest of their day. So I definitely advise getting some software, involved in your program. There are a ton of software options out there now for tournaments and events and travel teams where you can get information out relatively quickly. Some of this stuff's free, so I definitely suggest getting that application out there and understanding that, sometimes things are why they are because they didn't get the information, in their opinion, quick enough. And remember, they're the customer. Without them, we don't have a program. How do we help ourselves with that? Touch them consistently. What does that mean, touch them consistently? Well, you can do things like every month, we're going to call every customer, every family, every team that came to our event and say, how are you liking things? Is there anything I can help you with? Do you have any questions? You can send out Monday morning, Tuesday morning emails where they're expecting an email from you every Monday. This is our week. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. Those types of things are very, very important. You need to touch them early and often with information. And remember, they're going to forget. They're not going to read everything every time. These people are very, very busy. And quite honestly, it's something that may not be a priority while that email is coming in. They may be getting that at work or while they're with some other kids, dealing with a million different things. So develop a simple and easy communication channel. We've used parents in our organization to help disseminate information. We've used software, but it's got to follow a consistent rhythm. Sometimes you see early in the program, man, there's emails coming out, text, blurbs, and then all of a sudden, 3/4 of the way through the season, we don't hear anything. It's just crickets. And I don't know about you, but in my experiences, nobody ever really assumes anything positive in any situation. So if I'm not talking to you and you're my customer, two things are usually probably happening. Number one, somebody else probably talking to you and you're no longer going to be a customer of mine. Or number two, you're assuming something negative, and maybe me too. So let's try to put ourselves in a situation where that's not the case. Under promise and over deliver. Biggest issue with young coaches by far. You're so excited about your program and you want to go to this many events and you want to do this and you've got all these items and you want to build all this value and all of a sudden you realize somebody has to go deliver all that now. And maybe you need help, or maybe you need money, or maybe you need a certain number of participants to even make that a reality. And I will tell you, in 13 years, the number one complaint that I have heard from parents is, you promised me this and I got that. So it's my belief that even if you know you're going to deliver 12 of something, sell 10, sell 8. Still give them their 12. Surprise them. Hey, here's 12 things. Here's 12 sessions. Whatever the case might be. Give them an extra set of activities that they were not expecting. Now, obviously, that can get out of control as well, so you want to manage that. But my point is, don't put yourself in a situation that you're looking at your program being like, I've got to hit all this out of the park. I've got to be perfect at all these things, because this one thing, that one parent who knows everybody and talks to everybody, when that doesn't come in, that one t-shirt, that one tournament, that one practice that you didn't do, they're going to tell everybody, hey, look, he put this out there, or she put this out there, and we didn't get it. This is not a good program. So put yourself in a situation where you're offering something that's manageable, and even if you have time or resources allotted for more of that, surprise them with that. It's a great way to do it. The last thing is, know your prospects versus your suspects. What does this mean? If you're doing the proper branding, you're going through the sales funnel, recruiting funnel that we talked about, there are going to start to be some red flags that you'll start to understand as you're becoming a more and more experienced recruiter of your program. And if you understand what those red flags are, they won't even get past the point of qualification. They will die right there at that step number one when you try to qualify them. Hey, this guy seems to be talking about this, this, and this, or this girl's starting to talk about this, this, and this, and that's not what we do here. They seem to be focused on something else. So you have to know in your heart and in your mind what type of people you want to work with, and then set yourself up to be sensitive to those red flags. to where you can have a conversation with somebody on the phone or exchange some emails or have a meeting and know instantaneously that they're either a great fit for what you're doing, they get what you want to do, or they're tainted, they're looking for something different. They might like you, they might like your price point, but they don't really buy into what you're doing. And that's really where a lot of young coaches make the mistake, is they bring people in, or they bring people into their events, and they're not really the right fit. They're not the right customer for you. So that now they're doing damage that they were probably going to do anyway, but now they're doing it inside your program. The risk is extraordinarily higher if you allow these people in your program to then fester, and you'll start to see that these bad apples can kind of really make problems for your program. So now this is the last chapter, and many of you may be saying to yourself, well, what do we do next, right? So how do we continue this work? You're enjoying this work that we've done together online. So let's talk a little bit about that. Definitely follow me on Twitter. You can go to our website. All of our social media channels are listed on there. You can click on any of the icons. But definitely follow me on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Okay, we have a Facebook page. Definitely like us on Facebook. There'll be a lot of good information on there. You can always email me questions at dj@coachsantiago.com. Email me with any questions or any suggestions to this online course. Hey, add this. Hey, I didn't really understand this. More than willing to spend some time with you and get you further educated on anything that was covered in this site. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to back up because I said site. So, okay. You can also email me at dj@coachsantiago.com. If there's anything you want to see added to this particular online course, anything you liked, anything you didn't like, anything you'd like to see moving forward, definitely shoot me an email, and I'll work very, very hard to get those back to you within 48 hours. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We do have a YouTube channel. There'll be a lot of video blogs we'll be putting out there and communicating consistently with you guys on new ideas and new ways to do things in regards to amateur sports and coaching. And I can also become a part of your team as a part of this website that you guys are on, where this online course is being hosted. We also have some further, more intense engagements that we can become part of your team, come on site, actually roll our sleeves up and be right side by side with you, whether it's coaching your other team members, coaching you, hiring staff, developing plans, things of that nature. We've got a vast amount of experiences. I've been able to be a part of over $10 million worth of business in our sport. So I feel like I offer a lot to those young people looking to get involved, or those people who might lack some experience in this particular field. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this online course, and definitely feel free to comment and shoot me an email. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. And remember, coaching's an action, not a position.